Hey, what's going on guys, it's me Morvi and I'm back again with another achievement guide. Today we are hunting the achievement Stage 2 on the game Pixel Gladiator. Now, if you've never heard of Pixel Gladiator, it is a super easy game to 100%. In around 1 hour and a half to 2 hours, you can get 2000 gamer score. In my first 45 minutes of playing, I already had 1600. Now, the achievements aren't really hard for this game, but there are 3 tricky ones that I've left to the end that I thought I'd make a video on. This is because as I got all the achievements, I realised that a lot of people got the 1600 but didn't get the full 2000, and I found some easy ways to get it. So if you're one of the people that need them achievements, don't you worry, I've got you sorted. Now before we start this walkthrough, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. I'm aiming for my next goal, which is 3000 subscribers. Can you help me? As I said, there are a couple other tricky achievements on this game, and I'm going to be uploading some guides for them as well. So if you need them, just like you need this one, keep your eyes peeled and hit that sub button. For this run, we're only going to be using the pistol for the most part, all while saving up to buy all of the turrets, a grenade launcher, and right at the end we're going to grab the rifle. To get money in this game, we need to kill all of the mobs in vision of the cameras on either side of the map. So as long as you're standing under it, the mobs are going to come to you and then you can murder them. When the game starts up, we're going to splash all of our cash. Right away, buy the rocket boots and the drone. The boots are essential as we're going to need them to dodge all the mobs in later stages. And the drone is just a nice buddy and it will help you pick off any of the guys about to murder you. Wave 1 is super easy, there's only 3 mobs that come to get you. Make sure you kill them all within the vision of the CCTV camera to get that money. If you use the pistol's secondary attack, it will one-shot the enemies. On later stages, we're going to start gathering them all together and kill multiple with one bullet. Now we're going to save our money and move straight on to wave 2. As you can see here, I start to kill multiple enemies with one bullet. These early levels are really good to practice this little tactic. If you dodge these enemies, they'll go past you and eventually all turn around and track to your new location. A lot of the time grouping up, making it very easy to do this. Slap all them enemies and then we can get on to wave 3. Before wave 3, we're going to be buying a turret. I bought top right, but you can buy any of them, as eventually we're going to have all 4 up on the board. On wave 3, we get a new enemy. These bat-like aliens will speed towards you and self-destruct. Thankfully, if they get shot, they'll stop where they are and explode. This is where the drone and the turret will start coming in very handy, as some of these slip through the net and they can do a bit of damage to you. Once you've killed the few bats that come towards you, you only have to deal with the original mobs left. This is where the stacking is going to come really handy because there's quite a few of them. So what I suggest is jump between a few of the platforms, let them all come to you, and then one-shot them with that pistol. Okay, on wave 4 now, and to be honest, this one is really straightforward. There's quite a few enemies to kill, but that means we can stack quite a lot of them up at once and kill them with one bullet. So, use your boots to your advantage, make sure your drone and your turret are picking off them pesky bats, and you make sure you're sitting around the cameras so you can multi-shot all them other mobs. The next wave is where it starts getting a little bit tricky, so enjoy this one. Okay, if you've been getting killed by the cameras like I told you to, you should have quite a bit of money saved up by now. So, first things first, what we're going to do is go to the shop and we're going to buy extra HP. As I said previously, this is where it gets a little bit real. We now have space whales after us. These can do quite a bit of damage, but don't worry, our pistol does more damage. So kite them around the turret, and mixed in with our pistol and our drone, the space whale goes down pretty quick. But this is one of the first ways where you have to be on your toes with the rocket boots. But yeah, kill the whales, and this one's easy. And then we can go back to kiting around the original mobs. Okay, we're going to go into wave 6 now, but before we do, we're going to be buying our second turret. I would suggest buying the one opposite to the one you bought originally. So for me, I bought the top left one. For this wave, it gets quite hectic. We've got a lot of bats, we've got quite a few whales, and we've got the nice little octopus dudes from level 1. For this one, I would advise staying on the middle platform. This is because when the whales come and you dodge them, they'll be spinning around both your turrets, taking quite a bit of damage. Also, when the squid mobs get quite close to the middle platform, if you jump up and use your rocket boot, eventually they'll start coming directly up towards you in a big cluster. Use one bullet and you can decimate the whole batch of them. Then really you've probably got about 1 or 2 whales left to deal with. Just keep dodging them and making sure your turret's hitting them, as well as your secondary hit on your pistol, and they'll go down, no problem. Make sure you're doing it in front of the cameras and you'll get a lot of money for that. Okay, now it's time for wave 7, and yet again we are going to be saving our money and going straight into the wave. This one is very much like wave 6, just a little bit more hectic. So, as always, let your turrets deal with all them annoying exploding bat, and make sure you kite around all the little squid guys and take them out with the single shot. When the whales get close to you, make sure you're using the same shot that you're using on the squid guys, as this does a lot of damage to them. But yeah, jump from either of the cameras, make sure you get the kills within them, and this one's a doddle. Now it's for wave 8, and we're going to be spending some cash. We are going to be getting the grenade launcher. Finally, we can change our gun a little bit. The grenade launcher is super handy if you haven't used it before. When it explodes, it shoots out fire that shoots out in all sorts of directions. This fire does a lot of damage. Also, the secondary ability on the grenade launcher is pretty much a super jacked up version of the secondary ability on the pistol. So use that to your advantage. But yeah, wave 8 is the same as always. Quite a few whales, quite a lot of squid guys. Kite them around, blow them up with your new acquired weapon, and we can move on to wave 9. Okay, we've got one more wave until we've got the big bad boss. Okay, before we start wave 9, I would really suggest spending most of your money on turrets. As you can see, I only bought one and opted out buying the 4th one. This is because I just wanted to make sure I had a little bit of money at the end of this round. So, get at least 3 turrets and start flying around, shooting your grenade launcher, hoping that the fire will spurt around and kill a lot of the enemies, just like it's doing on screen now. As I said, if it gets a little bit too much for you, the grenade launcher has a secondary firing option, and it is pretty much a very big version of what the pistol can do, so bear that in mind. This one isn't too hard, and if you've got at least 3 or 4 turrets on the go, this one should be a doddle. Okay, we're on wave 10 now, and you know what that means? That means Mr. Boss Fight. Before we go into wave 10, I want you to go onto the last turret that you don't have, if you didn't buy it last round, and buy your 4th and final turret. You can also use the rest of your money now on weapons. For example, I bought the rifle, and I would really suggest you buy one also if you have the money for it. This is because I found that the rifle has a lot more better damage per second than the grenade launcher. On some parts of this fight, the boss goes off screen and it's quite difficult to land grenade shots. Whereas with the machine gun, you can point it in the general direction and start shooting, and you'll see his health bar go down. Now, this fight isn't tricky, and if you dodge the boss, it shouldn't be too hard. The most damage you'll be receiving is from the bullets coming from the boss. Your turrets and drones should clear most of these up, but a few do sneak through. As you can see throughout this fight, I do swap between the rifle and the grenade launcher, as when I know I can get a grenade launcher hit, I will start shooting that, because I'm pretty sure it does quite a bit more damage. I only use the rifle when I know I can't get that shot, and as you can see on screen now, I do miss quite a few grenade shots. But yeah, this boss isn't too difficult. He kind of comes in your direction, and when he gets around the halfway mark of the map, he'll guide onto your new location. This is really easy to do, so pretty much stay in one position and he will lock onto there twice, and then you can just jump over him. As you can see, for the most part of this fight, I make sure he goes from left to right and right to left. This is so my turrets can constantly keep hitting him. The first half of this fight isn't too tough, but when you get him to phase 2, he starts getting a little bit quicker and he shoots a lot more projectiles at you. And as you can see, I start taking quite a bit more damage. But keep shooting off screen like I'm doing now, and this fight is a piece of cake. Also, the rifle has a secondary ability. It empties out the clip and shoots bullets a lot faster if you press the secondary shoot button. This can be handy to get a lot of damage in real quick. But keep jumping from platform to platform, making sure you're constantly hitting him, and you should out damage him. The turrets are kind of essential to keep you alive on this fight, as some of the projectiles are pretty spot on and they do a lot of damage. But keep it up, and you'll get 2 achievements. You'll get the Giant Killer achievement, which is to kill a huge boss, and you'll get the achievement that we came here for, Stage 2. And yep, that is my easy method of getting the Stage 2 achievement. As you can see on screen now, only 32% of the gamers that have played Pixel Gladiator have this achievement, and it's not too difficult, it just takes a little bit of grinding. And that is the end of my Stage 2 achievement walkthrough. If this helped you out in any way, then please hit that like button. And if you're stuck on the other achievements from Pixel Gladiator, such as Stage 3 or get the $50,000 achievement, then please check out my channel, as I've got some guides for you that'll easily help you out. But until next time guys, I've been Morvi, and I'll see you later. Peace.